Hello everyone, and welcome to this video all about activity feed and announcements in Brightspace. Brightspace is Ontario's virtual learning environment, which is licensed by the Ministry of Education and available for all Ontario educators to use. I'm really excited to share these features with you today, so let's get started. First, we're going to talk about the activity feed. The activity feed is a social media-like feed that can also be thought of as an agenda. If your district is using Brightspace for parents, activity feed posts will flow into that platform, and it can be used as a hub for community communication. Activity feed is great for reminders, activities, directly sharing to content in the course, and the quick sharing of other information and instructions. If I click here to create a post, I am prompted to either create a message or an assignment. I'm going to create a message today. In here, I can type what I want to say. In this case, I have it copied and pasted, so I'll put it right here. And at the bottom, I'm able to attach a variety of different things, such as a file from my computer. I can link them to a different website. But today I want to talk about linking to an existing activity, in this case, a quiz. So I can view all the content in my course. I can go down to quizzes. I can find my geometry test. And there it is, directly for students to see. You also have the ability to allow for comments, but because this is just a one-way communication that I want to quickly tell my students, I'm not going to select that option. Down here, I can either opt to post this later and schedule it for a different time, or I can post now. Some key differences between activity feed and announcements before we move on there is that with activity feed, those posts are going to flow into Brightspace for parents. And they can't be saved term after term. So if you wanted to reuse them, that's not possible in the activity feed. Announcements can be thought of as more of like a bulletin board. It's great for sharing images, multimedia things, videos, and also they can be saved and copied for future courses. These posts also do not flow into Brightspace for parents. I can get to the announcements either from my home page, or if I go into course admin, I'm able to access them down here. I'll go back to my homepage and show you how to create an announcement from there. Right now I have no announcement, so it's going to prompt me to create one, but at any time I can click down on this arrow and I can click new announcement. So this I want to be about my Unit 5, which is about geometry. This will remain up for the duration of my course, and I'll tell you how to share that later. Along the top in this HTML editor, I have a variety of different options, such as adding a YouTube video or recording a video of myself, as I discussed earlier. I can also share an image, which I will do now. Select my image, and when I click to add it, it'll prompt me to add some alternative text for accessibility. So I can say colorful shapes. That's what that image is for. I'm going to make this image a little bit smaller so that I can see the rest of my area that I want to work in, but I also have the option down here to make it full screen if I want more real estate. Finally, I can link to some of this geometry content that I want my students to get started with. So along the top, I can select quick links, and I can find my geometry content. So I can click into content, I can go down to geometry, I'll bring them to the front, start of the content, and there we go. I can click here to get started. Down here, I have a variety of different options, such as a spell checker, an accessibility checker, which will check for things like contrasting colors in text, alternative text for images, like we just showed when I inserted my shape images, an HTML source editor, if I wanted to paste content in that format, a student preview, and the full screen option that I showed earlier. Under availability, I can schedule this announcement to only show at certain times. Let's say I wanted it to just be up for the duration of our unit and maybe be taken down when I wanted our unit to end. And I have the option to select what that is down here. Down here in attachments, I can attach a file. I can record audio. Is that something I'm not able to do up in my HTML editor? Or I can record video, though video can be recorded up here in insert stuff, add video notes. And the videos can be up to 30 minutes in length. Finally, I can attach release conditions. Let's say I wanted a student to view a certain piece of content before this was accessible to them. I have the option to do that there. And then I can either publish right away or save as a draft for the ability for me to edit it before I post it. But in this case, I'm going to click publish. If I go back to my home page, I'm able to see my pasted announcement here. Thanks so much for taking the time to learn about Activity Feed and announcements today. If you have any questions, please reach out to your TELT contact at your board. If you're unsure of who that is, you can find out by visiting www.d2l.com/VLE and use the school board selector to find the right contact person for you. As an additional support, we are going to be hosting reoccurring office hours every Wednesday from 3:45 to 4:15 p.m. Please feel free to register and ask us any questions you might have. Thanks for watching.